ecosystem.
The ecosystem.
Ecosystems.
The Apple ecosystem versus the Android ecosystem.
Not the ecosystem. This is the reason why everyone thinks that people switch from a company to another one, but I will tell you specifically why people switch and why you should too. So I get this duality between Apple and Samsung, between Samsung and Google, but the main duality we have here is, of course, Apple versus Samsung. So people in the Apple ecosystem say that is the best one. People in the Samsung ecosystem, those people say this is the best ecosystem. And in this video, I will tell you what I think coming from a lot of different years in the Apple ecosystem and what you can expect if you consider switching and why I think you should switch. So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're watching a lot of different videos on people switching, what they think, what is the feeling of switching, and I get it. Again, I was there before you, so I totally understand how you might feel doing the switch. So the beginning of this video is the main reason people switch. So we can call this section where it all starts. Here, everyone starts from some device. Most people usually do it with a phone. So you watch a lot of YouTube videos before thinking of buying a phone, and at the end, go ahead and buy the phone. But I want to say something here, something that I don't see a lot of people discussing when they consider switching or when they want to give you the reason on why they are switching. So if you are an iPhone user, an iOS user, you know better than me, the feeling of every year waiting patiently for a new device to come out, new thing and innovation, because of course the company is always about innovation, but every year you're let down by the company. And you reach a point, that was my case, where you just open your phone and you're on your home screen and you're like, I just can't do this anymore. I want something fresh. I want something new. And if it's not the operating system, at least I want to choose a different, let's say, form factor for my device. But we'll discuss the hardware later on in this video. Let's start from here. So usually you watch videos on YouTube and then you end up on the website, either Amazon, but most people, they go on the Apple online store or the Samsung online store, depending on the switch they're doing. So in the case you're switching from iOS to Samsung, you go to the Samsung online store. And here, there's a really key aspect that I don't see a lot of people discussing. And this is the discounts and the offers that Samsung has on the website. Let me tell you something that you might not know if you've never been into the iOS or Apple ecosystem. It's really rare, maybe it's actually never, for Apple to provide discounts or to do combos or to say, you buy the iPad, I give you the watch for free. I've never seen something like this. You might have back to school programs, something like this, but for the average consumer, you never go on Apple's website and you see a discount. On Samsung, there's always something going on. So maybe a discount. There is a trade-in offer that you can do. On Apple, you can do it as well, but that is not an offer. You know, you get your device valued for whatever they want and you can just trade it in, just not to go through the hassle selling it by yourself. But you know, on Samsung, there's always a discount. And right now, for example, I just went on the website. I can show you right here. Yes, there is a discount on the website as well. So you can either trade in your device or by using this code, you can buy a phone with $150 off. And again, this is something nice that you just discover the very first time you're thinking to buy another phone that is not an iPhone. And this is very underrated on a marketing and business aspect. This is something I actually do in my everyday work, so I can talk about this. And if a customer is a prospect, because if I've never bought a product from the company, the first impression is the most important thing that you have to provide for your prospect. If they have a positive first impression, they're more likely to buy from you. If not, of course, they don't buy. And if you are a brand new user, so you're a prospect buying into the ecosystem and you see a company giving you discount, giving you offers, giving you combos, whatever the case might be, you're more willing to spend money with that company. And this is very underrated because it is the first thing you see when you approach the company. Now, once you bought the phone, you start using the phone. So, of course, the first thing here is starting to understand how a phone works. And again, YouTube here is very useful. You have a lot of different people discussing about how to do this. The first thing you need to do, all different things that are useful, regardless of what you want to do with your phone. But here again, I want to do a comparison because I want to show you this graph, and it took some time for me to put it together. Of course, I did some research online. It's not perfect, but if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, and I'll pin the comment, and it might be useful for other people. But I want to do the comparison between the two ecosystems, the main two, Apple and Samsung. As you can see here, the difference is huge. I really think we cannot talk about ecosystem because the only real ecosystem is Samsung. You have fridges, you have microwaves, you have washing machines, you have dryers, you have TVs, you have soundbars, you have computers. Then of course you have phones, you have watches, you have tablets that are made for people that do heavy duty work. You have everything you need and more, and soon you will have as well the ring. And let me tell you something about this specific feature, then we'll continue with the video. The ring, in my opinion, will be the last piece of the puzzle to have a 360 degrees ecosystem, because with an app called Samsung Food, you can have your ring monitor what you do during the day. You can have it suggest recipes. You can go to the fridge, and then the fridge can help you pick the ingredients, and then the fridge can send information to all the other devices in your house, and the experience will be seamless, really seamless across all these devices. And let me tell you this, I'm not a Samsung employee. Since I switched, I started, studying about the system, and I'm telling you what I'm learning, and I'm telling you what I'm discovering. And of course, I'm saying here on YouTube, and I'm learning from you guys as well. So of course, I'm not paying by Samsung. I'm just telling you facts, and not my opinion. These are facts that you can go on the website and check yourself. So I don't think there's a real ecosystem on other companies, because yes, Apple has all the tech gadgets, let's say the phone, the watch, computer, the iPad, the AirTags and the HomePod, and that's pretty much it. But again, with the Samsung, you can go a step further and have more items into the real ecosystem. So you will continue on the reason why you should consider switching. And this is future-proofing yourself. With this, we can still go back to the beginning of the video saying when you're bored, you end up switching to another company. And with Samsung, this is something different. Let's talk about future-proofing first. So with a company that has so much to offer, you can still buy into the ecosystem 6 months into the ecosystem. So, if you want to buy a fridge, if you want to buy a TV, if you want to buy a computer, whatever. Samsung, of course, is always offering new things that you can actually buy, and doesn't stop with the tablet or the watch. And this is something nice to have, because I want to know that I can keep buying into this company even 3 years from now, even 4 years from now. And by having so many different gadgets, so many different areas of products that I can buy into, I know that I will probably not get bored. Like, for example, if we want to compare phones, you have the iPhone, and that's pretty much it. Yes, you can choose between different screens, different camera layouts, but that's it. With Samsung, it's a bit different. Let's say tomorrow I'm tired of my S24 Ultra. I don't want this big phone anymore. I'm tired on having a normal phone. I want to get, let's say, a foldable. Do I have that option in Samsung's ecosystem? Yes, but I don't even have one option. I have two options. So I have the Z Fold and the Z Flip. Actually, they're releasing the new versions probably in July, so I'm really looking forward to that. So this is future-proofing and not get bored at the same time. So I know that, let's say in 2 years, when I'm tired of the same design, whatever, I can just go out and buy a new form factor, and that can refresh my experience with the specific company. And this is really powerful because, again, technology is always evolving, is always changing, and being able to have a choice and freedom is actually very important. And yes, the last part is freedom. Freedom and operating system. Let's start with freedom. Freedom means that you can go out and buy other devices. Yes, I'm aware that you can buy other devices with iOS as well. Yes, you can buy other trackers with iOS. But of course, Apple tells you to use the Apple Watch because the Apple Watch is the best experience you can have related to iOS. And again, you're limited to specific devices that you want to use. Android, on the other hand, gives you the same options you have on the iPhone and more, because you can actually personalize the operating system as much as you want. You can download third-party apps. Of course, you need to be more of an advanced user to do that. And here is my last point, the operating system. This is the main difference that to me is the real game changer when comparing these two companies. Let's compare iOS and Android. So this is of course valid for Google as well, but I just want to give you my Samsung point of view because that is the phone that I'm using, so I can tell you the phone that I'm actually using. And the operating system is very different, and not for the things you might think. So the personalization, the way it looks, of course, that is something everybody knows. But I'm talking about features. So iOS is for normal people. So Apple knows that 99% of the customer base is the normal person, not tech people. So like the normal person that just want to use the phone and doesn't want too many options or too many things to personalize because then it's too messy. They just want to give the normal, the average person, the straightforward experience. And that's fine. If that is your market, it's fine. But of course, you have a part of your market, even if it's a small percentage of tech people that would like to personalize the iPhone. Back in the day, we used to jailbreak the iPhone with Cydia and download apps and personalize the operating system. And that was actually something fun to do. And, you know, that was, of course, not official. And of course, Apple doesn't support anything related to jailbreak. But yes, the operating system is just for the normal person. And if the tech person wants to use it, there's not much you can do. On Android, you still have the straightforward experience. So if you're a normal user, an average user, you can still use your phone without knowing about developer mode. You might not use advanced features on your phone, and that's fine. The phone allows you to use it that way, but Samsung knows that there are other people out there that actually like tech and maybe want to experience more, and it gives you the option to use your phone more, to personalize it more, to do more things with your phone. So we have iOS on one side that is made just for one type of customer. On the other side, we have Android that is made for more people. So for the tech person and for the average user. And this is the main difference, because if you do that, you get 100% of your market. If you just do like Apple, you might get some percentage of the tech person, but after some time, that person will switch to another company. I'm the example of that. I'm a tech person and I did it. And there's nothing you can do to win them back unless you want to change the experience that you might give to your customer. And this, to me, is the key point. So I want to close this video with this. The average consumer changes company like the wind. So if they like something, they just go, they don't care. They're not so loyal to a specific brand. The really tech person that loves the phone or loves the operating system is the person that will stay in the system, that will buy the most in the system, and this is really important for companies, and this is something that Apple should understand, that person will bring other people into the ecosystem because it's so happy with the experience that it wants to bring other people in to experience that operating system or that ecosystem. So these are the reasons why people switch and why you should too. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I like to have a discussion with you guys in the comments. In the past few videos, had a lot of love coming from you guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you find this video helpful, of course, there's always the free option to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. With that said, again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon with a brand new video.